This is truly an honor. You know, sitting there, listening to all the great athletes this afternoon, I thought to myself, I said, should I be in this collection of great ones? And then I thought to myself, each and every one of us sitting here, oh, what we have accomplished to a teacher, a high school teacher, and a high school coach. And I fit both of those bills. And I want to say, starting my career in 1971, up until now, the teaching profession has really changed. The children have really changed. And above all, the parents have really changed. Again, this is a great honor for me. You know, sitting there and thinking back and reminiscing, here you have an old country boy. We have a cowboy, but I'm an old country boy. And I think back to the times when I travel a gravel road, picking cotton, working in a sawmill. I travel that gravel road, and this morning I travel a paved road, I-49, all the way into Natchitoches to receive this great honor. But this great honor is not because of what Coach Smith has done. It's because of what my mother, bless her soul, passed away right before Christmas at the age of 92. She was a church house school teacher, my first teacher. My father, who is 96 years old and a World War II veteran. So putting all of that together, I had no choice but to be successful. Not, again, because of what I have done, but the work I have done in the classroom with my students. I teach trigonometry and calculus. Day one, the students told me, this is too hard, we can't learn this. Day two, I figured out how to make it easy so that they could learn it, and while learning it, they could enjoy it. Basketball, I'm a coach also. Teacher first, coach second. In basketball, I played sports. I grew up with the likes of Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, Hank Aaron, Sandy Koufax. At that time, I knew every player on every baseball team, and I loved the game of baseball. I played baseball in high school. I played baseball in college. I was drafted out of college by the Cincinnati Reds. But at that time, those of you in my era knew that the Cincinnati Reds did not need any baseball players. They had Pete Rose, Johnny Bench, and a host of others, which was a blessing to me because I left that camp and I came back to Louisiana and I began teaching. And for 48 years, I have enjoyed every minute of it. I have been able to take at-risk kids, take them from the ghetto, take them from the streets, and move them to a position, right now, Vice President of Energy in New Orleans. Doctors, lawyers. I had the privilege of one summer to go to New York City for the very first time. And of course, in New York City, walking down the streets, everybody knew I was from the country. Why? Because my eyes was up in the sky. But that summer, I had the opportunity to coach in the Michael Jordan All-Star game in Madison Square Garden. The following summer, I had the chance to see one of my players, an at-risk kid, raised by a single parent, Markel Brown, perform for the Brooklyn Nets against LeBron James. That was on a Friday night. That Saturday, I took a cab downtown and I was able to see Leon Gray. I was about to say Leon, that's what I called him when he was in high school. But now he goes by Leon Gray. he writes, produces, and acts in his off-Broadway plays. So New York has been very, very great for me, very good. And I want to say to all of you, I've enjoyed 48 years of teaching. Why? Because I've been able to accomplish what all of us have accomplished, and every teacher has accomplished, to move our students from one level to the next. So this is a great honor for me. I share it with the state of Louisiana, I share it with my family, and I share it with all of my students. So thank you all so much.
I think I already know the answer listening to how passionately you spoke about education, but did you ever think maybe I should try coaching college basketball? Good question, very good question.
Back in 1991, we won our first state championship. I had a young man by the name of Eric Hayward. He was 6'9", recruited all over the country, coming out of Alexandria, which nobody even knew where it was. They want to know how close is that to New Orleans. But he was recruited by several Division I colleges. He settled on Connecticut. At that time, they had Coach Calhoun. They were one of the powerhouses in the country at that time. And I was asked at that time, would it be possible for you to come and coach at Connecticut along with Eric Hayward? And of course, I turned him down. And the reason I did that, because I was very close friends with Coach Nolan Richardson of the University of Arkansas. And we were at a basketball clinic together. And he told me, he said, Coach, I have no reason being at this basketball clinic. And the reason he said was, you are the ones at the high school level that develop these young men so that we can get the glory at the college level.
So now we see the advent of AAU, summer ball, eroding high school basketball and high school sports.
Correct.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's true. Now, high school basketball is almost becoming a profession. The young men now play AAU ball. They play year-round. They're traveling all over the country. And in most cases, the parents are turning their children over to these, I don't want to use the word that I need to use, but these guys who are using these young boys for their advantage. And that's one thing that I hate. But the state of Louisiana is above all the states in that they let the high school coaches work with their players during the summer, and that's a great idea.
I get the idea that although you're going into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, you might not mind going into the Louisiana Educators Hall of Fame.
That would be number one. But this is great also.
Well, congratulations, Charles Smith.
Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you.